The first meeting or phone call between a videographer and a prospective client is of extreme importance so both sides can get on the same page about the project. Here are my top 5 questions a videographer should ask a prospective client during their first meeting. The first question is, what problem are you trying to solve? Clients don't just buy videos for the sake of it. They're only going to incur that expense to solve a specific problem. For example, Tesla doesn't spend money advertising on car commercials because they don't have an advertising problem. This allows you to understand what the purpose of the project is. This could be a video to advertise a new specific product or service, or it could be overall brand awareness so the public knows they exist. And getting this clear definition also helps the client. To the extent they haven't very clearly defined it on their side yet, when they articulate it to you, it then gives them something to grade you against once you provide the final project. The second question to ask a prospective client is, where will your audience view this video? Is it going to be social media, website, YouTube, etc.? Of course, it's important to know if the client wants the video in vertical format for social media like TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. And even if the answer to that question is yes, you also have to then analyze whether it's better to shoot it vertical or shoot it horizontal so it can also live in other places. If the video is primarily for social media, you probably want a shorter, faster paced video, whereas if it is for long form YouTube or the client's website, you probably want a little longer, slower paced video. The bottom line is, it does the client little good if the videographer guesses wrong and the video isn't optimized for where the audience is going to view it. My third question for a prospective client is, what's your budget? Some people may argue this should actually be question number 1, but I personally think it's a good idea to first give the client some time to explain what it is they're looking for. That way, hypothetically speaking, if they were to say they want a video to highlight their new $20,000 product, but they only have a budget of $500, it allows you to explain why that's probably unlikely to work and how the value to their business far exceeds the $500 budget. And if the client's budget simply is too low such that you can't make it work, the client isn't left knowing that money was your first, last, and only question, and they know that you took the time to sit down, listen to their needs, and engage with them before talking dollars and cents. I think this is a much more professional way to communicate and is more likely to leave the door open for future talks. If you've made it this far in the video, I'd truly appreciate if you could tap the like button and consider subscribing, as we're trying to grow the channel to more wonderful people. The fourth question to ask a client during the initial meeting is, what do you need me to do? Some clients will have the entire video concepted out before you even meet, while some clients will be looking to the videographer for 100% guidance. Keep in mind that the more the client needs the videographer to do, the more the client should reasonably expect to pay. Storyboarding the entire video, finding actors, scouting locations, etc. can potentially take a lot of time and resources, and it's important to know what the client is expecting of you. This can also be a good time to revisit the client's budget if what they're asking is a bit disproportionate to their number. And my fifth question to ask during the initial meeting is, what does a home run look like? I actually got this question from the 505 podcast, and I really love it. It gives the client a specific prompt to talk about exactly what they want to see in the video. The client might tell you what they want shown or featured in the video, or they might explain what action they want the audience to take after watching it, which are all great to know. To the extent you've been unclear on any of these things up to this point in the meeting, now is the time to nail them down. Now that you've had a great meeting and landed that client, it's time to break out your gear and shoot a great video. You can click here for tips on how to make that video awesome.